with the truth that truly sets us free, with the light that leads the blind to see. Voice of the word, voice for the good, voice of the whole, voice of the need, voice of the word, TV.
VWTV, ang telebisyon nga may misyon.
Voice of the word, TV.
Sessions number 4. Pastor Sam for the opening prayer. The SK Federated Person candidate to pray. Paul Bernardo Anacta-Sadac.
Let us put ourselves in the presence of the Lord and in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we offer this gathering to you and ask you to bless it with your wisdom and grace. We thank you for this opportunity to be together to work our love and service of you and love each other. We ask you to enlighten our minds to know what is true and just, and strengthen our wills to carry out faithfully what we come to see as our duties. May all our thoughts, words, and actions be directed to make your name and your love better known among men for the sanctification and your happiness here in eternity. Amen. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
The Honorable Atty candidate Sangguniang Panlungsod on the street.
The Councilor Street. I am a Philippine Councilor, mandated by law and officials and ordinances, that redound to the general welfare of my constituents, and their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity. I believe in public service above self, as the guiding principles of my official acts, and as I tread the pathways of my local legislation, may the Almighty guide my mind and heart, that I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people.
Mr. Secretary, will you please welcome?
Honorable Emman Tiu Sonco.
Present.
Honorable Maria Rosini Daza.
Present.
Honorable Dr. Katrina Anacta-Sadac.
Present.
Honorable Lyra Limbauan.
Present.
Honorable Atty. Kathlyn. Honorable Engineer Melcho Arago. Honorable Lyra.
Present.
Honorable Renato C. Present. Honorable Byron Musondo. Honorable Kurt Atty. Honorable Glenn Soto. Honorable Engr. Present. Honorable Melcho Anacta.
Present.
Mr. President, Officer, and esteemed members are present. This constitutes a forum. We proceed with the
As attested by our Secretary, that there are 9 members present. That's it, everybody. There's a real call. Next item, please.
Approval of the order of business.
The Madam Clerk here.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the inclusion of my committee report and, regarding the creation of 32 new plant-value items under the Executive Department.
Second. Any objections? None. Motion approved. Any more amendments? The Honorable Estate Related President.
May also add for inclusion under, this is for the day for second reading, the Borongan City Youth Development Group.
Second. Any objection? None. Motion approved. Any more amendments? None. Madam Clerk here.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of our 130th order of business as amended.
Second day.
Any objections? None. So our order of business for today is hereby approved as amended. Next item, Mr. Chairman.
We now move on to the committee report. We have no available minutes as of the moment. So we move on to the committee report. Committee on Personal Administration regarding legislative plan failed acquisition.
The committee chair on
Personnel, appointment and administration. Committee report on the request for the creations of plant-value items. The city mayor through the city Human Resource Management Office has submitted 32 proposed items for creation for the year 2022. A meeting was conducted for the purpose of deliberating on the request for the creation of new items was conducted by the committee last February 22, 2022 at the CitySession hall. During the discussion, the CHRMO and the respective department heads were able to justify the need for the creation of these new items as follows. We will be implementing the fully devolved mandates from the national government to the local government units starting this year. Letter B, we are focusing on the delivery of important public services, particularly on the aspects of health, agriculture, and other services for the welfare of the Boronganans. Letter C, we need to sustain our development efforts through the pursuance of our Dukmuwag Agricultura program, delivering sa High program, comprehensive health program, and others. We are looking forward to the achievement of more effective, efficient, and timely delivery of public service through the creation of more plant-value positions to augment our human resource program. We can provide more opportunities for local job opportunities, especially during this time of economic resurgence as the COVID-19 cases are decreasing in numbers and we need to rebound from the economic decline we have experienced. The committee acknowledges these important reasons and so strongly support the request for the creation of the proposed new plant-value items for the different offices under the Executive Department. Honorable Presiding Officer, the committee hereby moves for the approval of this report.
That was the recommendation of the committee.
The committee recommends for the creation of the new plant-value items under the Executive Department.
Honorable Arago.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I will request to restate the 32 criteria or other procedures, please.
Okay. Under the Executive Assistant 3 under the Mayor's Office, Internal Auditor 3 under Mayor's Office, Administrative Officer 4 under HRMO, and then Administrative Office 2 under the Office of HRMO. Agriculture 2, City Agriculture Office. Agriculture is 2 under the City Agriculture Office. Farm Worker 2 under the City Agriculture Office. And under the City Treasurer's Office, we have Revenue Collection Clerk 2 and Administrative Aid 3 or Driver. Peso of Office, City Government Department Head 1. Engineering Office, Engineer 2 items for Engineer 2. Engineer 1, and then Laboratory Technician. Under the City Accounting Office, Accountant 3. CHO, Medical Officer 4, 3 nurses, and a driver. CSWDO, Social Welfare Officer, City Cooperative Office, Senior Cooperative Development Specialist, and Cooperative Development Specialist 2. Centro, Forester, CRMO, 5, Driver 1, and 1 Computer Operator 3. City Information Office, Administrative Officer 4. That's all, Honorable Senators.
Just an additional inquiry. This planted depositions included already in our 2022 budget.
Yes, Honorable Arago. It is already included in our 2022 per PS budget.
Thank you.
More question? Clarifications? So, the committee chair on personnel.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of my committee report.
Hindi, ordinance. Secondary.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the inclusion of the proposed ordinance under the items for second reading.
Any objections? None? So, motion is approved. Second.
Next item we have under new business or proposed resolution. Resolution granting authority to the City Mayor to enter into a memorandum agreement on behalf of the City Government of Borongan with the Department of Health Center for Health Enforcement Services for the grant of 1 COVID-19 allowance by the city street for the healthcare workers. Gamit asset for a
Honorable Presiding Officer, we have invited key persons from our City Health Doctors to shed light on this matter. I therefore move for the temporary suspension of our current.
Second. Any objections? So, the internal rules hereby temporarily suspended. So, we have here Dr. Lyra and Dr. Samar to give us more clarification. Honorable Anacta.
Good morning, Dr. Samar and Dr. Lyra. I just need to clarify on the guidelines on how to choose the eligible healthcare workers who are going to receive this one COVID allowance. And is it for all healthcare workers or selected for all?
Okay, just brief background. Last July, I requested our City Legal Officer then, Atty. to shed lights on this SRA because this was an incentive being given to healthcare workers. But unfortunately, nagkakaroon ng animosity because may pinipili ang DOH. Now, the DOH is telling us, hindi naman sila ang bumipili ang LGU. So, at that time, ang nakaka-receive ang mga nakatuha isolation. So, I requested the City Legal Officer kung ano ba ang opinion, ano ba talaga ang purpose nitong SRA. Because in the guidelines, it's very, very clear. All healthcare workers, including the private. So, bakit nung implementation na, selected few na lang? So, yan ang background nitong request namin. So, what we wanted sana is to equalize yung hindi naka-receive na maka-receive naman.
For this matter, we also, aside from the health workers, we also requested to give the same benefits to some sectors or employees from other departments which were involved in the COVID-19 prevention and control activities, like aside from the health workers, the people from the CDRR, from the disinfection team, kaya makadelikado lahat ko ng panahon, kaya laro na kanto na silingan room na may da bin out na patient na pinaula lang kung kaya naging disinfection and contact tracing team and Kelly and ambulance drivers and SWAT team, tapos ang mga tagahakot team, kunan mga gamit ang tandarupa team, aside from the health workers. So arigit na ibulig hira kay DOH what pagkatuan.
I think yun din yung reason namin nun na kasi ang nangyari una, ang ginagala ang isolation. But our contention din, makakapag-service ba sila sa isolation? Kunwaray bulig ang border, kunwaray bulig ini. It's like passing an ordinance. Hindi nga ni kamuhit ng bulig ini. Diba? So parang ganun ito ng analogy. Kaya imbis nga naging beneficial, naging sort of an animosity among health workers.
So, in other words, in other solution, mawawala rin na nalilakaw natin mga Pinoy.
Siya punta. Again, siguro the next question is, can we afford it? Sana, diba? Pero at least, para waray na sarap. Bisan na ang pira basta waray na classification. Talaga ba na burugligin?
I agree with Dr. Villanueva. Ini nga pag-minimize na natin COVID cases really is a collective effort. Ika natin borders, natin medical healthcare workers, to our people na nagsasanitize. So, talaga, dapat na inhirang ikukod ini ang awareness for you.
Honorable Chu, Arago din ang problema ba?
Thank you, Mr. President. Additional ko lang na po, pagkana ng Dr. sa Engr. Kasi kanina na-mention nila ang CDRR, contact tracing, drivers, and swabbing. Iba po natin naman mga traffic, kada-traffic, na ba't tayo natin mga borders. So, upod po ba hira? Eligible din po hira. Ngayon, upod ba natin mga taga-city traffic? Kay, di ba, nagbabantay mo yung mga tirahan natin mga borders.
Pag ginagawa din naman ng mga sasakyan dito,
Siguro ang pakiana, ang tatagan pa niyo. Actually, that's the reason why I came here. Wala katatagi at iba, because ay natatagan na. Now, babalik ko yung tanong, tatagan niyo pa ba ang natagan na? Thank you, pagtatagan niyo. Pero mabuti na ang amon. Makaka-denominator.
Actually, the resolution is for the authority to the city mayor, between the city mayor and the Department of Health. Kasi honorable yun na.
Kasi draft MOA. According to this MOA, itong first party, itong DOH, itong kaaraw from the LGU, itong lista. So, itong LGU, makakabilistahan kung hirahin mo, itong makakarawan din nga one-time grant or sinisira ng OCAR. So, babasahin ko na roles and responsibilities of the parties. First party is DOH, second party is LGU. The first party shall transfer funds to the second party in the amount indicated in the department order providing guidelines on the sub-allotment or transfer of funds by the Department of Health Central Office to the first party for the grant of OCA to the second party's eligible healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers as determined by the second party in accordance with DBMBOHJC number 2022-0001. The second party shall facilitate the payment of OCA benefits to each eligible healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers as guided by the joint circular entitled Guidance on the Grant of one COVID-19 Allowance to Public and Private Healthcare Workers and Non-Healthcare Workers in health facilities involved in COVID-19 response, and DOHAO number 2022-0001 entitled Guidelines for COVID-19 Risk Exposure Classification for Healthcare Workers. Ensure that there is no duplicity of the names of the healthcare worker and non-healthcare workers. Require the healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers to sign a quitclaim with an undertaking that in case the healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers receive OCA benefits twice or more from one or more health facilities, the healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers shall return the excess amount. Submit to first party the final report on the number of eligible healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers signed by the Human Resource Personnel or Personnel Division and certified by the head of the facility, as well as any other related guidelines that may be issued by the first party.
So in other words, kita mahasa si lista. So naman lahat kung i-make sure that I think we're on the same page na naman kanina na dapat wala yung left behind. Ipapunta ka na talagang dinulik.
So, this is a different kind of animal pala. Kasi I thought it was the original SRA, yung Special Risk Allowance. Ito, OCA ito. Pinagalan nila OCA. Again, lahat nga yan, hiningian na naman nila ng mga DTR. Because it's always the practice of DOH. Before it naman hatak, nagpapasubmit yung mga DTR. Lahat nagsasubmit. And I hope this time, ay hinatag naman LGU ang panhingaran, makukumpleto na. Because before, di nakadaha LGU. Kaya nangyayari, eventually, isasala. Ay diliin bulig talaga hengkop. Kaya kanina yung query ni Konsehal Chu, hindi natin sure na pag sinabit ng LGU, for example, ng Borongan, nakita yung mga red boys, hindi natin sure kung bibigyan niya. Kasi ang final say niya, ang DOH na naman. Now, kung i-announce natin yan na isasama natin ang red boys, good luck.
Ang na-inquire kung talaga ba nagtikag naman niya na nagkatasagan initially?
May na, sir. Ang listahan mga ka-answer.
Ang mga health worker, nanhimo na. Nanhimo na yung mga di na nga nakita umay. Ay tika nagpahimo na itira, bisan piso, wala pakita natin. Kaya hindi na ako masyado dyan hopeful. Ngayon, nagtapataas naman ang interest. Pinanihingaranan ng mga agency. I hope they re-screen na DOH.
That's why I'm inquiring on may na natagan.
Wari pa. Kung siya OCA kasi ito, ang natagan na at na SRA, na sinisiringan una, iba lang naman ito klaseng animal. Hindi iba ni-rate nga lang, pero pareho na ito, puros assistance. Ang SRA, wala katuman na tanang, wala katagi. Ini nga OCA, ang ibala, ang pagkakaiba na ini, tinatagan yung power ang LGU na may identify. I just hope na pag sinabit na natin, di rin nanira i-re-screen. Kasi baging sumirin, hindi may direct ng mga red boys. Pero hindi kita, maaari kita, part talaga yan ang border control, so they deserve it.
Ato, bali makadamo na yung pag-submit din. May pangabo.
The irony of this, if we will submit all kinahanglan, our recommendation, kinahanglan matagan, Pag namunta ito, DOH,
Ipag sa...
isara na naman nila.
Or paihagap ka, tapos i-disallow. On si Lyra, meron ba detention how much is the video? Kasi sa alam ko, paihatag na lang nila kung and then you decide. Isa na lang kami 30 piso. Ay, pinaasa mo yung isang sektor, tapos di rin ayaw pwede. Bakit pagpa-pay back on?
May dahil classification high risk.
Siya kasi nagutan na naman yung high risk. Nakay kami ng mayor-mayor, sige kami mapa-high risk. Diba? Isusubo po gano'n.
Nakad mo na isolation, nakad mo vaccination, COVID vaccination, consider nila na high risk.
That's why I was asking earlier, what's the guidelines para ma-determine kung eligible mo kanan or selected lang.
Sige,
According kay ging research ko, I don't know kung docs, nabasa na rin yung DBM DOH Joint Circular number 2022-001.
Ano siya rin?
No, ang OPA. May nalili na guidelines kung hinutun matatagal lang, kung hinutiri makatatagal. Itong babasahan ko na itong excluded. Kasi kung nalili nga, hanggang natin red boys, posible na naman din according to this memorandum, ito yung mga excluded. The following healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers who are engaged without employer-employee relationship and funded through non-personal services, appropriations, or budgets are excluded from the grant of the OCA. Specifically, consultants and experts engaged for a limited period to perform specific activities or services with expected outputs. Laborers engaged through job contract or PAPIAW, and those paid on piecework basis. Volunteer student workers and apprentices, individuals and groups of individuals whose services are engaged through COS or JO, including BHWs, who are not assigned in health facilities involved in COVID-19 response, healthcare workers and non-healthcare workers assigned in health-related establishments as defined in Section 3, those personnel who are in work-from-home arrangements for the entire month, those who are under quarantine and or treatment due to COVID-19 and have not rendered actual physical services, and last, institutional contracted service workers or outsourcers.
Also, look, tingnan niyo kung gaano ka masaya ang relasyon itong DOH. Ang mga BHW, pinagawa na ng mga timesheet yan. Ngayon, sino nagpagawa sa mga BHW? Mga tao nila, mga NDP. Sino ang sisisihin yan? Tayo. Eh, Master, ikita mo nga nag-out ng mga BHW. At JO, mga doktor, nagpinanhibulan ng mga DTR. Tayo.
Ato na resource persons, teachers, at mga doctors before we excuse them. Okay na? Sige, so, ang Dr. Sakmal, ngayon, Dr. Dalina pa. So, wala ka na lista. Lalo ka na lang kung makirahin mo.
I'm not happy.
We'll talk to the mayor.
Tapos ito si Dr. na mayor na lang may
Kaya natin visit yan, tatira mo.
Waray bakit pala. So, just in case hindi na tayo matagan, we will talk to the mayor, laro katagi, tagan na lang, isang lapira, kailangan si yung artist, papalipay ng malaya rin.
Pwede mahanap natin yung rotational, kasi natin nakapag isolation, na-expose, ma-rotate na namin personnel. So, ubos yan, naka-duty na isolation.
Okay naman sir, isolation niya.
Asya lang yan, nagawa lang yan.
So, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you po.
That's it.
Presiding officer, I move to lift the suspension of our iron.
Second, any objections? The suspension of our internal rules is hereby lifted.
Thank you. I would like to manifest my attendance for this session. And I would like to apologize for being late because I attended parent pictures meeting at Comprehensive National High School.
Okay, noted. Take notes, sir. So, any more questions regarding the proposed resolution? Okay na. Honorable Limbauan.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move to pass and approve a resolution granting authority to the City Mayor to enter into a memorandum of agreement on behalf of the City Government of Borongan with the Department of Health Center for Health Development, Eastern Visayas, for the grant of one COVID allowance, OPA, for the city's eligible healthcare workers.
Seconded. Any objections? None. So, the resolution granting authority to the City Mayor to enter into memorandum of agreement on behalf of the City Government of Borongan with the Department of Health Center for Health Development, Eastern Visayas, is hereby approved. Next item, Mr.
Business for the day, we have ordinances for second reading. First, expiration of the 32 Council Association and its Secretary Department.
Okay, so, any questions regarding the proposed ordinance? Honorable Sada.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of the creation of 32 plantilla items under the Office of the City Mayor for second reading.
Second.
Any objections? None. So, the proposed ordinance for the creation of 52 plantilla position is hereby approved in second reading.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the inclusion of the ordinance under the third items under the third reading.
Seconded. Any objections? None. So, motion is approved. Next item, please.
Proposed ordinance for second reading, local youth development plan.
So, sponsor for the designated Director President, can you enlighten us?
Honorable Chair, I passed this ordinance for approval since we have been wishing for this code to be approved on our Sangguniang Panlungsod. This youth development code entails all the rights, duties of the youth, the policies for the youth, including protection for their protection and safety, their labor and employment, healthcare, education, and more issues concerning with them. These ordinance have been through a lot of committee meetings and public hearing, and there has been no objection to our Youth Development Council. For the information of everybody po, we have been already elected our Youth Development Council, Local Youth Development Council, which is so-called Borongan City Youth Development Council, and our public hearing, they were present and there were no objections among them. There were no negative reactions. Also, included in this ordinance is the creation of a Borongan City Youth Advisory Council, which is being chaired by our City Mayor. And there are members from government agencies, which may kalabutan itong ating youth, like the DTI, the Philippine Army, the Philippine National Police, Sangguniang Kabataan, of course, represented by yours truly, the City Planning Development Office, City Administrator, CSWDO, City Health Officer, Schools Division Superintendent, our YDOs, our Youth Development Officers, our youth organization representatives from our Borongan City Youth Development Council, and from our PESO, Public Employment Service Office Chief, and from the Legal Department, and other youth-serving organizations like the Caritas and the COPE Incorporated. So that's it po. I hope we will be one with this ordinance, since I know most of us here still belongs to the youth, and I know itong iyo pag-ubog, itong kabataan is Agda, presente, di kang ikatan mayor, adahay yung ating mga konsehalin na konsehalin, binasang ng Panlungsod. Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
So, any more questions from the other members?
Ito ng legal. Ang mga provision ng legal. Ganito na nila. Ang legal, yung mga legal na dito.
Honorable. So, any questions from the other members, right? All right. Let's see. So,
Honorable Chair,
Honorable.
Ay, wala lang. Ay, kaya ako na lang. Just, siguro, manifestation of support. Okay? Pininga natin yung po, ay ganay ni Gimimila ka hihimo, Gimimila ka approval para ito natin mga kabataan din na Borongan, may taas sarili nga balaod na pagtatanggan, just in case mamay diri mo hinabo. So, I'm very happy nga yan na may adapta na youth development po. So, I commend our Federation President for finally coming up to this code.
Okay. Since there are no more further questions, our escalated president.
Honorable Chair, I move for the approval for under second reading the Borongan City Youth Development Code.
Any second? Any objections? None. So the Borongan City Youth Code Ordinance is approved on second reading.
Honorable Chair, may move to be it included on this is for today for third reading the Borongan City Youth Development Code.
Okay. Second. Any objections? None. So motion is approved. Statement, Mr. Secretary. Next item, please.
Next item, for third reading are the following ordinances. Creation of the 32 content position in the school department and the approval of the local development code. So we move on to other matters. I forgot to notify the CitySession for this concern, so we move on to announcement.
Announcement. Any announcements? Our fiscal president or
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I would like to happily announce to my colleagues that 6 of my students made it to the bar. Passed the bar examination. And one of my classmates finally made it. Attorney Bruno Rubio. Congratulations to the lawyers of Borongan City and his staff.
any more announcements?
Additional ako congrats. Kasi
Okay.
nakakuha sa information nga tanan na nag-take ng Borongan and bar na tanan pinasay. Then, nakaka-proud. Congratulations. Next ka na.
On behalf of the city government of Borongan, we would like to congratulate board officers and ask congratulations to you. Good work. You're so proud. Any more announcements? For right now, second,
Adjournment.
Honorable President Officer, I move for the adjournment of our 150th regular session.
any objections? None. So the 130th regular session is now adjourned.